follow other than their path, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that this is the path leading to Jahannam. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah said in commenting on this particular ayah, he said, there's something very interesting. Whoever contradicts the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has automatically contradicted the way of the companions. And whoever contradicts the way of the companions has automatically contradicted the way of the Messenger. And if anyone believes that by following them he is mistaken, then in the same token he is mistaken if he is like the one who believes he is mistaken by following the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If anyone believes he is wrong by imitating the companions, then in the same sense, he is similar to the one who believes he is wrong because he is imitating the Prophet ﷺ. If you believe that, you cannot be a Muslim. You see? Because of this ayah. And the scholars say, if we know, ya akhwan, there's nothing in the Quran that is mere chance, or there's nothing in the Quran that was not intended to be there. There's not even a single letter that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not, there was wisdom behind it being there. So that addition, وَيَتَّبِعْ غَيْرَ سَبِيلِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, and follows a path other than that of the believers, is an indication given to us by Allah. That not only you have to stay with the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, but you must do it according to the way of his companions and those who followed them in their goodness. So this is really what we need today in the Muslim Ummah. We are suffering. The Muslim Ummah is suffering. Our company is barely doing business. Had it not been for the mercy of Allah and the promise that the business will remain until the Day of Judgment, wallah, we would have been out of business. But it is the mercy of Allah that the company is still there. And there are those groups available that are calling to themselves, trying to take us away from the integrity and the quality that was given by them. But there must be another group of people who will call to that first one. So it is my obligation and yours, my brothers in Islam. You are living in a country where you are able to do that. You may not be able to do this elsewhere. You may be beat up in a masjid if you try to speak about some of these things. You may be cursed and boycotted and abandoned and treated as a kafir, not even a Muslim brother, if you try to speak about some of these things elsewhere. But you are living in an environment where this is normal. So take advantage of that. Understand that. And raise your children upon this understanding. Yani, when was the last time you met a young boy who's not wearing a soccer jersey for some kafir, who all day runs, this is his life. He knows how to run from the one net to the other side of the field. And he becomes famous, makes a lot of money, and our children, they think this is Superman. This is number one. So he wears a jersey that says, Ronaldo or Batikh, whatever his name is, some disbeliever. And you ask him, what do you know about Umar ibn Khattab? Who's that? Who's Umar ibn Khattab? But what do you know about, this singer? Oh, yeah. He made a new song, last week. I memorized some of the lyrics. Oh, okay. Did you hear the last movie, that was issued? Maybe 10-year-old kid. Huh? Did you watch, what was the movie about magic? That crazy movie that spread all over, they made books about it. Whatever. Shirk, kufr in the content of the things that the children are learning. But wallah, they know this. He will tell you the PlayStation, when it was manufactured, in which country, how many they sold in the first day, how many people got the original, then version number 2, PS2, PS3, 4, 5, 6, 15, then the different games. They know everything. They know everything. And the father is at home. Nice TV channel. New TV channel, new movies. Hollywood, right at your home. Honey, make some popcorn. And let us have a nice Islamic modern life. We are going to Jannah. You say, man, you must be joking with yourself and with your children. You must be misunderstanding the deen of Islam altogether. If we were upon their way, this could never be the way your house runs. Never. It will be something totally different. People call it extreme. What am I going to do? You think it's extreme? That's not my problem. Following the deen is extreme? That's your problem. We just follow. Not having a TV? Big deal. Since when was the TV a must? Have you ever seen someone sell you a house with a TV in there? You need a window, you need a bathroom, you don't need a TV. It's an extra luxurious thing. You don't have to have a TV, akhi. We don't even have enough time to read the Quran. We don't have enough time to memorize ayat and narrations. We don't have time to sit with our kids, teaching the sunnah, the seerah. We don't have time. We need the TV after all this, then when are you going to have time? If you're not watching TV, you don't have time. Because you have to work, you have to earn a living, you have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to rest. So many things in the day, that you don't even have time to sometimes study. You ask the students, so we're going to add a TV and make Tom and Jerry raise our children. Killing each other all day and fighting, cursing. The Little Mermaid. What is a Little Mermaid? She's a half-naked woman wearing a bra, running away from her father because she loves a man who lives on earth. And the little daughter, innocent, watching Disneyland all day, say, "Ma fi mushkila, Disneyland nice." Then when she's 15 years old, wallah, she runs out of the house. Why? She loved the boy from the next door, school. Ma salama. Now, you may not know what led to that, but it was the brainwashing that she was receiving all these years when she was watching The Little Mermaid. So I'm not trying to freak you out here or scare you, but we must really have some understanding that the whole world is trying to take us away from this understanding of the deen. The whole world is working with each other to make me and you deviant, to impose poison in our lives through the television, through the media, through the nonsense. And if we fall for this trap, then we can never be like these brothers. Because you cannot imagine Umar ibn Khattab being obsessed with some famous sports figure during the time of the Greeks, because the Greeks were known for the Olympics. They started the Olympics. Can you imagine Umar walking around with a jersey? Say, "Wallah, I love Cleopatra," whatever his name was. Say, "This is one of my, this is one of my big fans." Did you see any one of them doing any of this nonsense? But today our children, everyone is an example except the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everyone. Yeah, it's traumatizing. So then, we must make a change. Before our children, you. Sometimes, we want to fix the child and you're broken. How you going to fix it? So when I'm saying that, speaking of the children, this is an indirect hint for me and you that we must first fix ourselves. Yeah, you're going to live this life for some 20, 30, 40 years, but then you're going to leave. You're leaving regardless. And it's either Jannah or Jahannam. And it all depends on how you handle business today. Why would you want to run some lousy business, cheat the people, no quality, no integrity? Why? Why don't you do business right, be patient, struggle, suffer, then enter Jannah? And you cannot do that unless you do it the way they did it. So, we have been given simplified information, and it seems that we don't want it. We're getting everything on a gold platter, and brothers just don't want it. We have to be begged to follow the sunnah, and we don't want to follow the sunnah. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like brothers beg us. Ya akhi, please imitate the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet's like, "I'm okay, ya akhi. I have my own way. He has his way, I have my own way." You get shocked. Is this Islam? Is this what Islam was? Is this how the companions were? Is this how the early generations were? No, they were not like this. So, tonight you make a choice. Tonight, before you leave this place, you make a choice to better yourself. You're not going to do everything in one night. Tomorrow you're going to become, Shaykh al-Islam. But you must start somewhere. Strive. And Allah promised that if you strive, Allah will aid you. وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Those who strive in our cause, we will guide them to our paths. A promise from Allah. So I'm only calling myself and you to take the initiative tonight to start trying to follow the way of the righteous predecessors. To live the sunnah the same way they live the sunnah. To live Islam and love Islam. To pray to Allah while we feel that we are praying. If you pray and you don't feel like you're praying, meaning you're not there. If salah is a burden on you, you're not there. If you don't like going to the masjid, you're not there. If you pray in the second jama'ah, you're not there. If you're not waking up for fajr, you're not there. And I can go on for an hour telling you the things that me and you suffer from that will make us disqualified from being there. So it's about time, ya akhwan, that we wake up. Start taking this deen seriously. Be an example to be followed. Propagate the sunnah. Live according to the sunnah. Wallahi, you will live happy. I promise you, not because of me, because Allah promised, you will live a happy life. You will be satisfied even if the money is low. You will be comfortable and honored even if the people are disgraced. Because you'll be honored through Islam and you'll be dishonored and disgraced through not implementing Islam. So I ask Allah Azza wa Jalla to give me and you the understanding of the righteous predecessors and to make us among those who follow them strictly in faith and in their way of life. Perhaps Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make us among those who will enter Jannah among the saved sect and will not be among those who enter Jannah. Wallahu ta'ala alam, alhamdulillah, wa sallallahu sallam ala nabiyyina. sensitive. Last time we had a Q&A, we had another lecture. Allah musta'an. The question says, network marketing is halal or haram? By purchasing a product, become a member and doing marketing, getting commission for the products, is it allowed in Islam? The last fatwa that I read is that it is not. It is not allowed in Islam, which is known sometimes as the pyramid. Some of the ways it's done is pyramid. You know, you become a member, then you bring people, and the more people you bring, you get a commission, this whole business. Actually, there's a fatwa, detailed fatwa, issued by the scholars that speak about the impermissibility of this particular form of transaction. For the details, send an email to onewaytoparadise@gmail.com. One way to paradise, letters onewaytoparadise@gmail.com. And I will email you the fatwa, the whole fatwa inshallah with the details, so you will know exactly why it is unlawful. I myself cannot give you that answer. In Salah, Takbirat al-Ihram means saying Allahu Akbar and raising the hand. So is it two actions? Then what about Takbirat Salatul Janazah and Salatul Eid after Takbirat al-Ihram? Do we have to raise the hand? Takbirat al-Ihram is actually saying Allahu Akbar, and raising the hand is another aspect that is also part of the Salah. They're not both falling under Takbirat al-Ihram. Wallahu ta'ala alam. Either way, in order to be on the safe side, refer to the books of fiqh. There's one in English, I don't remember the name right now, but I do have a copy of this particular book. We can go back to the kutub of fiqh to understand, because the scholars differ about these things extensively. The madhahib, the four madhahib, differ about raising the hand, whether you should do it, when you should do it, and we don't want to open a discussion of the difference of opinion among the madhahib. Nonetheless, there's a difference of opinion whether it is a part of wajib of the salah or a sunnah of the salah, depending on which takbirah it is and when raise to hands after getting up from ruku' and things of this nature. This I'm unable to answer right now either. So inshallah, if you also send me an email, I will give you some references that you can read from the statements of the scholars. The Brother Zalakh is trying to indicate that when the Prophet ﷺ spoke about holding on to a sunnah and the sunnah of the rightly guided khulafa, it is by practical implementation. It is not just by basically abstract sense. It is by putting it into practice, not just speaking about it and knowing it. It's actually putting it into practice, if I understood it correctly. And then he said, the Prophet ﷺ told us how to enter Jannah and how to strive for it. And the news has reached us that the Sahaba have attained Jannah. So if you follow their way, then you will also be attaining Jannah. Jazakallahu khairan, ahsanallahu alayhi. Very beneficial. How can we grow our children upon the prophetic path in this era that is filled with entertainment? Throw away the entertainment. I remember in another country, there was a sister who had 2 children, and her husband was away. She didn't have a husband. Whatever the case may be, she had suffered with her children regarding the television set. She warned the children from watching TV. They continued to watch TV. Obviously, the TV did not have, some of the channels that we may have today, like Al-Majd and everything. Even, all the channels is another discussion. But whatever the case may be, they were affected by the TV. And the sister struggled until she made the strong decision. And she called brother, his name was Ali. And this brother Ali, he was the ex-world champion in bodybuilding. The brother, mashallah, was huge. He could eat me in one bite if he ever attempted to do so. Alhamdulillah, he was my friend, so he never did that. Anyways, this brother,